It's the I Can't Mom Today podcast with Heather, the new mom, and Vera, the seasoned mom. I Can't Mom Today.
Hey, this is Vera and Heather back again with another episode of I Can't Mom Today podcast. Hi, Vera.
Hello, Heather. Well, your voice cracked.
I know. I don't know what. I think I need to drink more. You know what? I say I need to drink more water, but I drink like over 100 ounces a day.
Good God, man.
I know.
Well, you know, my acupuncturist actually told me to drink less water. She said I was drinking too much for my inflammation. She said, no. You know, everybody's different. But for me specifically, she said I should only drink like 6 cups of water or tea or anything. I'm like,
Really?
Oh my God, that's... She said, unless like I work out and sweat a lot, she's like, then go up to 8. But she's like, really, you should stick around 6. I'm like, but I drink like 3 cups of tea first thing. You know, that's already half of my allowance. And then I'm so used to carrying water around with me because everybody always says you have to drink lots of water. So,
or maybe you should drink more alcohol.
Well, there is always that.
To offset that water intake.
Right? More wine. Yes.
Well, yeah, I mean, I drink like at least about 72 ounces of regular water. Then I have 2 cups of tea. Then I have 2 soda waters a day. Wow. I drink a lot. Yeah. Anyways, so I know you know the good news, but I wanted to share with everybody else that we made the 5 top podcasts from mamas as ranked by Top Mom Blog. And you can find her or this person. I'm assuming it's a woman, but that's bad of me to assume because maybe it's not. So you can find that person on Instagram at top.mom.blog and just give that person some love for loving us.
Yeah, no, that was very exciting. Like, we're like big and fancy.
Well, we're not big and fancy, but we are.
Well, we'll never be big and fancy.
But I'm just glad that
bigger, but never be fancy.
I'm just glad that other people are getting value out of the podcast because I know you and I get value out of it, but our goal is to give value to others. So I'm happy.
Yeah, man.
I'll take it.
And it's really exciting. No, it really is. It's super cool. I'm very, very proud of our little podcast.
I know.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about aversions. What is the thing your skin crawl and just makes you like either want to run away or punch somebody, like fight or flight?
Yes. Well, like nails on a chalkboard, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't think about it. Don't think about it.
Hear it. Ugh.
Well, do you want to say too, like how we came up with this?
I don't even remember.
You don't?
Mm-mm.
You mean you don't like mentally record every conversation we ever have?
If it's not pertinent to what I'm doing in my job, then I tend to file.
Well, you and I were talking. I can't remember how we got on the subject exactly.
Oh, you can't remember?
But I know that what you said, well, like that paper thing that drives me nuts. I was like, what paper thing? And you said that you have an aversion to paper. I was like, What are you talking about? So do you want to describe it? Try not to think about it.
Yeah.
But describe it.
Paper creeps me out. Like it gives me, like I have to put lotion on. My friends always make fun of me because I'm constantly putting lotion on my hands. And if I touch paper, it has to, like my hands have to be moist. What a gross word too, but it has to have lotion on it or like the tacky finger. Man, when I used to work in an office where I had paper all the time, I would just come in and slather my hands with tacky finger when I first got there. And anytime I went to the bathroom after washing my hands, I'd just slather it on because it gave me the creeps. And what it feels like, what I imagine in my head when somebody talks about paper or anything else, and my mouth is watering too because it's making me so gross. Like taking a piece of paper and pulling it out between their teeth. They down the piece of paper and they pull it out, and it just gives me the chills and creepies. And I would rather not walk in a scary forest at night, but something less scary.
Well, that was the thing that was so funny is like mine's slightly different than yours, but I've always had the problem like when people are turning pages and they, you know, like they let their finger, well, like, you know, it's the same kind of thing. But I don't think about teeth. The sound just itself, and people will do it. And then of course, God forbid you say, can you please not do that? Because it's really like, it's making my insides crawl. Then people will be like, oh, this, and then they'll just like do it over and over again. Like, oh, that annoys you. Does that annoy you? So usually I try not to say anything. I just try and leave the room if I can or tune it out somehow. But yes, it does. It makes me want to like grit my teeth and punch somebody. It does.
Yeah. And I like when people take napkins at the restaurants and like will fold it and just keep creasing it over and over again, or like take the paper straw wrapper and wrap it around their finger. I'm just like, Jesus.
I know. Yes. Or like, yeah. Or when you like, yeah, when you fold something and like you said, and people run their finger instead of like using your fingernail, they run their finger across the fold to make it. Yeah.
So we asked our Facebook group what their aversions were, and we got quite a few that I sympathize with. Loud chewing, agree.
Yeah.
It's not so much the chewing, it's the hearing of the salivation for me. That makes me want to throw up.
Yeah. What makes you want to throw up this?
And somebody else wrote emery boards, and they also think about it going on their teeth.
Yes, and that's so funny to me. Like, why does it go to your teeth for some reason? I don't understand.
I'm sure there's some psychological thing about it, but there
must be.
I don't know.
Some kind of oral something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's sensory. I don't know. Clicking jaw sound when chewing, and like. My dad does this really bad because he has TMJ and I also have TMJ. So I do click my jaw too. And it's nothing I can prevent. And I hate it too.
I had a girlfriend in college that lived in the dorm, and you know who you are. And she would chew, like we'd all be out like sitting in the hallways, just, talking and eating Snickers bars or whatever. And sure enough, she'd be like, and her jaw would be clicking. And I'd have to like really work hard not to concentrate on that sound because it would be so annoying. Mm-hmm. And she couldn't help it because she had TMJ too. So I felt for her. I didn't want to be mean to her, but at the same time, it was very annoying.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not as bad as paper, but annoying.
No. I mean, I understand because it's a health thing. Like it's not something you can, it's just like you wouldn't, tell somebody to stop, breathing because they have diabetes or something. I mean,
stop breathing right now.
One person said that they rattling of chips or any kind of bags or anything like that. And my thought is like snack time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Thing,
Pavlov's dogs.
Yeah.
Pavlov's dog. Yes. With the bell. Wasn't it bell? With the bell?
Yeah, but the bell. I mean, it doesn't have to be a bell.
Yeah. No, I know. But yeah. Well, I'm trying to sympathize with that exactly. The only thing I can think of is that it's like kind of, it's like a sharp noise, like the crinkling, like when you're sitting in a movie theater and something.
Yeah, if I'm sitting in a movie theater, totally different.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It'll drive me bananas.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's the same thing, but I do miss going to the movies, man.
I used to have a teacher that didn't want us to crumple up paper. She's like, you don't need to crumple up paper. You can just fold it and then put it in the trash can. It works just the same. And we had to fold it up. We couldn't crumple it.
Really? And do you think it's because she didn't like the sound?
Maybe.
Oh, because she never explained that. She just said fold it.
I mean, I'm sure she did, but it was when I was in 7th grade, 8th grade, something like that. 7th, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's funny. And then this one also said the constant foot leg jiggle thing, which I constantly do. I have to be moving all the time. Like when I'm not a fidget spinner kind of person, but if I'm sitting at my desk on a call or whatever, I have a USB drive that I click back and forth or slide open so nobody can see it, but I'm doing something.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, when I worked in radio and I worked with a co-host on the mornings, he did this thing where he I called it the Brian Boogie, and he would Brian, and he would kind of shake back and forth or dance back and forth, like do kind of like the 2-step, like how you danced when you're in 7th grade, And it was so funny. And him too, like he just always had to be moving. So then if he was actually sitting in a chair, which wasn't often. Bad. Yeah. I mean, he's one of those people that has a stand-up desk. Like he does not like to sit down. Does not, and I always said that's why he was so thin, because he ate anything he wanted.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah. God, that pissed me off. But yeah, ate anything he wanted, and he was always fidgeting. And I do that. I fidget when I think I might have like a semblance of restless leg syndrome, because I have a habit of like I circle my toes, like I circle my feet, like kind of like, I don't know if that makes any sense, but for some reason it feels really good. And I do that in bed. Luckily, it doesn't seem to bother my husband. So
that's good. I'll rub my feet together.
Yes, I'll do that too. For some reason, that feels really good.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I don't know.
It does. Ooh, it's making me want to do that now, but I'm standing.
Take your shoes off. Somebody said chalk, which it just in general, and because I love chalk. I love writing on chalkboard, except for my nails hit it. But other than that, I loved it. I was always the one that wanted to like
Right on the chalkboard?
Wipe the board down, wash it. I love doing that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
God, you'd be sad if you were in school now because everything's like electronic or dry erase.
Yeah. Oh, I know. When I was a teacher, I didn't have chalk. Well, I did. I had chalkboards, but we didn't have chalk.
Oh, that's weird.
We had a big screen. Anyways, in aspirin bottles, and like this is something that agreed. But how often do you come into contact with that, right? Because you just usually throw it away immediately.
True. Yes, but I can understand that because I take tons of supplements too, and they put the cotton in there too, and that's really annoying. Like having to dig it out, and it is like cotton's dry. Like, yeah, and it's like
how
squeaky.
Did they get it so dry?
Ugh. It's like squeaky, like kind of like paper. Yeah, so I can identify with that. But luckily, if you can like pick it out real quick, that's what I do. I pick it out real quick and throw it in the trash, like as fast as I can. Get it out of here.
The next one is teeth on a fork. They used to drive my mom bananas.
I think that my mom used to get annoyed by that too. Of course, my mom got annoyed by a lot of. She was very particular about table manners. So
yes.
So I think that kind of went in the category of table manners. That and laughing at the dinner table because she had a terrible fear of choking, and if anybody laughed while they were eating, she would run out of the room.
My grandfather wouldn't allow jokes at the dinner table because he said his sister choked at the dinner table, whatever.
Wow. See, well, there you go. Maybe my mother wasn't completely crazy.
I don't know if that actually happened, but he was a little nutty. He was super paranoid, super paranoid.
Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Well,
but yeah, I mean, I can understand it. Like if it just barely hits, because sometimes it just does, and you don't like it either. It's not like you're like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
Some people
just love that fork on my teeth.
Some people do like use their teeth instead of lips.
Yes, I have seen that, and that is kind of annoying just because it's like, why?
Yes. It also looks weird.
It does look kind of weird. Yes, but I'm trying to remember who specifically it was, but I remember seeing it.
I don't know. It wasn't me.
Yeah, no, it wasn't you. There any other good ones? Nope,
that's it.
That's it.
If you have a version that you want to share with us, we love to hear them because then I just want to know, do I have anything that I should be adding to my...
Yeah, right? Something else that just totally grosses you out.
You're like, oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, so
yes.
If you have any other ones, please hit us up at...
I Can't Mom Today podcast. That's on Facebook. So this topic is on Facebook, but also, too, if you haven't already, follow us on the IG and on Twitter and YouTube.
Yes.
It's all at I Can't Mom Today podcast, and you'll find us. And I've been working on our Twitter. I mean, both of us have been working on the Twitter and our IG accounts and trying to do more with that, too, because we've been focused mainly on Facebook. Mm-hmm. So
our Facebook group is is closed, so you can only be a member to it. Our other platforms, and that's why we're kind of pushing out, because we want to get out to other people that maybe don't want to participate in the conversations, because the ones we have in our group we want to keep private.
Yes, on Facebook. Yes,
so
people can be candid. Yeah. Exactly. So, and then of course you can email us to ican'tmomtodaypodcast@gmail.com. As well. And don't forget to rate us when you listen to the podcast. So when you're done, when we finish today, just take a second to click that little star.
It'll literally take 30 seconds or less.
There you go. That would be awesome because we need it. And also, too, I wanted to do a Wild Woman quote of the week. Can we do one?
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
I got one. And this actually goes with the exciting news of us being named in the top 5 mom podcasts. It is by Grace Murray Hopper. She actually headed the team that made the first computer language compiler. Well, basically, she's like the mother of modern computer programming. Like modern computer programming wouldn't exist without her. And she says, if it's a good idea, go ahead and do it. It is much easier to apologize than it is to get permission. So that goes along with the, like people always say.
It's better to ask for forgiveness than ask for
permission.
Yeah.
And I remember an old boss telling me that, and I was kind of like, but I'm afraid. If I upset somebody, I think
sure.
women especially were socialized to be careful. And I was like, you know what? Heck yeah. I'm just going to apologize if I need to.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my wild woman quote of the week. Because we're in top 5.
Yeah. We're so wild. Yeah.
That's right.
Until next time.
Bye.